In recent years, some quality content creators have emerged in the YouTube space to provide massive value around banking and lending resources that allow you to get your hands on capital to level up your finances, invest in businesses, and to grow overall financially. A couple of those YouTubers are like the Credit Plug channel and Wallet Monkey. That's just two of a few that are out there, but they do a really quality job at what they do. I've been watching their channels personally for, Credit Plug probably for close to 2 years, Wallet Monkey maybe about a year or so. And they really put out quality financial content. I want to give them a big salute at the very beginning of this video. They do great work. As a financial services professional and as a banker myself, and not just working in the bank, as a teller, which is no disrespect to people who do that type of work, but I've been a licensed Series 6 FINRA licensed, mortgage licensed, small business specialist certified. Basically I help across the board on a relatively high level when it comes to retail banking. And I can tell you from experience, dealing with these products and services on a daily basis, dealing with clients on a daily basis, the content that they put out is really A1. They actually do a better job at putting out these financial resources than the institutions that they're covering half the time. They draw better traffic and make a better understanding than the banks sometimes themselves can get out to the public. So again, I want to give them a big salute. This video is actually about a particular segment of their work that is tailored around bringing you financial resources and particularly credit lending products that are tailored around individuals who do not have solid financials. You have poor credit, you have low to no verifiable income, you have no solid collateral, you don't have any cash flow, you don't have cash reserves, you're financially in a desperate situation or just don't have much going on financially. And they bring resources and tools and overall institutions that cater to individuals like yourself or audiences like that. So I'm not assuming everybody watching this video falls in that bracket, but I'm getting to a point. They bring these different, credit tools and lending products that are catered and tailored towards individuals who do not have strong financials. And that's a great service. It honestly is a great service. This video is meant to not antagonize them as the creator, but actually to shed light on some of you as the viewers and consumers of that content. Because what I have noticed is that those of you who consume this content tend to binge on and get fixated on these types of products. These low to no credit requirements, low to no income requirements, no verifiable documents, like these low barrier to entry products. And this video is intended to draw attention to that. And this is JP from Blueprint for Prosperity for those of you who are new. We're going to get right into my point. So when you are developing your finances, you're building out banking relationships, and ideally most of us are all looking to build out our wealth. Channels like myself, Credit Plug, Wallet Monkey, and others out there make it abundantly clear that strong banking relationships and quality personal credit, quality access to capital is the key, if one of the major few sources to getting to that wealth build, like getting to your financial freedom and building wealth. There's no question about it. Anybody in the financial space that's of any quality, that doesn't have some niche background where they got rich off like Bitcoin or something like that, will tell you if they had to get it out of the mud and grind and develop their finances, not just hit a lick, but actually develop their finance, they will tell you that you need strong banking relationships, strong personal credit, great access to capital. When these individuals are putting out content that is directing you towards these, low barrier to entry products, the intent is largely to help you level up your finances, to get you out of a desperate position that you might be in, where you're borrowing capital from, less than legitimate or less than quality sources, or you are trying to establish your financial reputation and your finances overall, and you need to get those founding pillars, those initial products to get the wheels turning on your financial reputation, building your credit, getting your access to capital. It is not intended for you to use these products or to binge on these products as long-term strategies. Many of you have that confused. I watch comment after comment. I even watch these creators respond sometimes in frustration because you guys spend so much time trying to evade paperwork, trying to evade showing income, trying to evade needing quality credit. I'm almost through the roof about this whole personal guarantee situation where many of you are constantly trying to find content and binging on content and pushing creators to come up with content around how to get all these different lending products without a personal guarantee. Let's be abundantly clear. Lenders are risk managers. Their product is capital, it's cash, it's money. They are looking to do business with prime borrowers, with people with healthy financials. Of course, they extend their reach to people with less than favorable financials. Of course, there's institutions and lending products catered directly, specifically for those with less than great financial circumstances. But that is not a long-term financial plan at all. Lenders will always be looking for one of the big three that I promote heavily on this channel. Credit, quality credit, cash in the form of cash reserves or cash flow, and collateral. Excuse me. They will always be looking for one of those three, if not all three, when they're lending out to their borrowers. If they put out a product, or it's an institution that caters around people who don't have any significant foothold on any three, you can be certain that they're going to build out that product around that level of risk. What do I mean when I say that? That product's either going to be significantly more expensive or it's going to have significantly shorter terms. What either one of those two completely thwarts or at least minimizes or puts a big dent in the entire concept of leverage in the first place. Because the intention is the delta, as I continue to preach on this channel, is the spread between the access to capital that you get and where you can deploy that capital to build your wealth, to make more money, to level up your finances. If that money that you're borrowing costs a lot of money, or if that money that you're borrowing has short terms because the bank's not willing to risk giving you more time to default, then that puts pressure on you to find that much more of a financial product or business opportunity or investment to put that money in, to put it to work. So that basically means now if you've borrowed something because you have poor financials, poor credit, no cash, no solid income, no collateral, and you borrow something that's 15%, costing you 15%, this is a random arbitrary number, you now need to go out and find something you can put it in that's going to bring you better than 15%. And that's hard work. That is very hard to do, especially if you already don't have many financial resources. Same thing on short terms. Let's just say that the product doesn't cost you an arm and a leg on interest, but they want the money back within months or a year and some short window of time. Now you have to go out and find something that's going to generate a positive return in that amount of time. The point of having quality credit, point of having quality banking relationships, strong financials, is when you're using leverage, is to get access to capital at the cheapest rates possible for the longest terms possible. That's literally the foundation to the whole point of leverage. Your intention is to get that money as close to dirt cheap free as you can and for as far out as you can. That's going to allow you to be able to go out and find quality financial opportunities to put that money in without having to go out and find and gamble, basically. You go out and find stable returning assets, something, business opportunities, something that brings back reasonable cash flow, whatever the case may be, appreciates reasonably over time. It gives you time. The number one trick to investing is time. It's time. So if you're borrowing capital to grow a business or start a business or to invest, and the money that you borrowing is costing you an arm and a leg and they want that money back tomorrow, you're defeating the purpose. You're creating a financial strain that's thoroughly unrealistic for you to overcome in most cases. And I'm telling you now, I have not personally interacted with either one of these individuals, but I can tell you watching their content and just observing the kind of professionals they are and content creators they are, Their mindset is not to put that content out for you to binge off of and live in that world on those products. It's for you to get access to it, use it responsibly, and up-level yourself financially and up-level your financial reputation to get better quality products. It is not intended for you to swim in that pool. And you fell victim to some of these other content creators that are absolute garbage, that have pushed these notions about running around with no personal guarantee and stacking up, these trade lines and that trade line and not having to ever put your name on your social on it. Listen, personal guarantee is a gift. It's a financial opportunity for you to be able to use your strong financials to support the growth of your business. And all they're doing is costing you one hard inquiry or a couple of hard inquiries in most cases. A personal guarantor in itself is a description of you putting a backstop in case the business defaults on its obligations and there's some form of recourse for that lender. That basically means that in most cases, after you get a hard inquiry or two for whatever that product is, you aren't going to see it show up on your personal credit 90+% of the time. So that means that the business is still carrying the majority of the weight. And so unless you're planning on defaulting on that product, why do you care? Why do you care? If you're somebody who's crazy about this idea of personal guaranteeing something, why is this such a big deal? The majority of the upper 5, 6-figure, 7-figure, loans and products and credit products out there that you can get your high limit credit cards and credit lines of credit, installment loan, all these different things where you really get access to the big boy funding, right? Like the upper 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures of funding. Personal guaranteeing is the norm. This concept that you're going to run around and just get corporate credit and corporate guarantees on everything and not have to put your social down is honestly a bit ridiculous, and it's unnecessary. You're getting one or two hard inquiries for a product to unlock 5 or 6 figures in leverage that you can use at great rates and great terms that you can use to go out and start and launch a successful business or invest in an asset class that can bring you back stable quality returns, growth, and appreciation. And you're going to turn that down or you're going to push that out because you don't want it and you don't want to be the backstop and you don't want to personally guarantee it because you don't want a hard inquiry. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. I wanted to bring this out to you because those of you who are thinking in that form of thinking are completely missing the point. And those of you who are new to this that may be consuming this content, don't take that route. Do the hard work, build your finances up, use these other products that these content creators and content creators like myself are putting out that, have low barrier to entry. Use those products to develop your finances. Use them responsibly, pay them off, build your financial reputation, build your cash reserves, your verifiable income, do the work, build strong banking relationships, and get access to quality capital so you can go out and invest and build businesses responsibly. It is not intended for you to live in that world and to binge on that. So please, if you're thinking that way, restructure your thinking. That's not what it's for. And if you're new to this, please don't fall victim to that. There are content creators out here. There's a lot of media push that try to get you these get rich quick, high limit credit funding, backdoor hacks, and all this other crap that's out there. It's mostly BS. It's mostly BS. I do my best not to cuss on this channel, but I really want to cuss right now because it's really, really poor quality content out there. And these individuals in this video that I've tagged and put some spotlight on are doing quality work, and they're only bringing you these products just to help put you in a position to dig yourself out of the hole or to build a solid foundation if you're new. So I wanted to bring this to you to give some additional perspective. I'm not sure if these content creators are able to touch on this the way they want because their channel and their success is developed largely around catering to that audience. But I'm not really focused on that. I'm going to tell you the truth, and they may not be able to do it, so I'm going to do it for them. I'm going to let you know that that's not what it's about. It's about you doing the work, using these products to level yourself up and develop healthy finances so you can go out there and do responsible borrowing, quality leverage to get into quality business opportunities and investments. So those of you who tuned in and stayed all the way through, thank you for doing so. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts around this. Let me know where you're at in your financial journey. And let me know how you feel about this overall concept and rebuttal that I just put out there. Other than that, to all my pioneers out there, I want you to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.
This is JP from Blueprint for Prosperity Network, a channel dedicated to helping you increase your net worth through relationship banking, maximizing your borrowing capacity, the proper use of life insurance, and the ownership of real estate. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading content on a daily basis to help you customize your blueprint for prosperity.